Hello and welcome to our SnapShot video tutorials. In this video we are looking at part 2 of SnagIt, capturing and editing images with the SnagIt editor. Okay, once you've installed SnagIt, you will see up the top that there's a big red button. This is the SnagIt Start New Capture button. Along with that, there's an icon to be able to open the SnagIt editor, and another icon for additional options and help. There are a number of options in the Help tab, or you can go to Preferences to change different elements about SnagIt, from running SnagIt when Windows starts to hiding it before capturing, and all the different options. We're not going to worry about those today. What we're going to do is actually start a capture. So click on the big red button to start a new capture. You will see that you've got some very distinct yellow lines here that tell you what you're going to be capturing. So just simply click and drag around the area you would like to capture. Once you've done this, you will find a little pop-up box here that allows you to redo the selection with the little round arrow tool. So if you're not happy with it, you can click on that and simply redo the selection. It allows you to cancel the selection. It shows you the size that you have selected, and it gives you the option of either capturing it as an image or starting to capture a video. We'll look at video later. We're going to do the capture image now. Once you click on capture image, it brings up the SnagIt editor. In the SnagIt editor, you will see down the bottom that you can see any other SnagIts that you've done in the past that are in your library. And at the top here there are a number of tabs. The File tab has your save and open options, so you can create a new image, you can do a new capture, you can open one that you've already done, you can import from other places. Our main ones that we're going to look at here are you can save. So when you go to save, you'll see on the save as that there are options to save as a snag file. That means that it'll be editable in SnagIt, but that you won't be able to use it in other programs. A standard format such as PNG, JPG, BMP or MP4 for video. This is going to be the most common one you would use. As a general rule, JPEG or JPG is the format that can be read in most programs. There's Adobe PDF and Adobe SWF if you want them. Once you go to the next bar, we'll look at tools later. We're just going to pop over to image, and you can see that you can do things to your image. And now this will do it to the whole image. So if you click on one of our styles, you'll see that the whole image has a certain style added to it. So you can make it look like it's been torn out or sitting on an angle. When you have it on the angle and you can see all the little squares behind it, that means that this is a transparent background. So when you put it on, you won't see anything. You'll only see this white shape. You can change that by going to canvas color here and adding a color to the background. With the border on the image, you can have a border or you can have no border. You will notice when we were doing this one that there's a little distinct black border on it. You can choose to go no border on there. It'll make it look more like paper. With the image, there's crop, so you can crop your image down and get rid of any excess that you don't need. There's also cutout. Now cutout will take an area out of the image, so if you choose that you don't want to have a certain area, it will take it and cut it out. If you want it to cut out but you want it to be obvious that it's been cut out, a couple of these more decorative ones are quite good for that, and they show that you've torn something out of there. You can do, there are vertical options as well, so you can cut out vertically as well. Don't forget your little undo and redo buttons at the top here. Trim, will automatically take all the extra white off. As you can see, it just automatically gets rid of all the excess around the image. Rotate will allow you to rotate left, right, 180 degrees, custom angle, and flip. So it will actually flip both vertically and horizontally. You can resize your image so you can make it smaller, and as you saw, you can change the canvas color. You can add make it grayscale, so take away all the color. You can add a watermark, and there are other color effects that you can do. Okay, that's the image tab. On the share tab, you have the option to be able to actually email this straight from the SnagIt editor, upload it to a website with FTP, send it to another program, or add it to the clipboard to be able to paste it to Word or something. The next section allows you to send it to certain different online programs. Generally, you probably won't need most of these. The library shows you a library of all the different SnagIts you've done, and you can add tags to them up the top. You can add a tag, and you can also add flags, so whether it's a idea or a tick, you can add more than one tag. And you can choose to share it, again, the same as on the share tab, via email, FTP, program, clipboard, and all those online programs. We're going to go back to tools now. If you just double click on the image, it will take you back to tools. Now these tools are a little bit of fun. These are ways you can actually edit the image. So you can take a selection. The first one is your select tool, and once you've selected it, you can move it. You can delete it just by hitting delete. You can right click on it and do things like flip it. You can copy it to be able to paste it. It's the sort of thing you can really play around with, just to move and edit a certain area. Next, we have the arrow tool. Now the arrow tool will create an arrow that can be placed on, as you can see, you can make it to any length and angle it wherever you wish to. Once you've set it, if you're not happy with it, you can click on any of the points and reorganize it and reset it, clicking on it and clicking on those points. You can change it to the different colors in the styles. You can change it to a different type of arrow. So as you can see here, we've got a different arrow and you can change the angle with this one just by clicking on the points that are near it. So you can make it a more or less curved. You can change the color just by going up to outline here and changing the color. And you can add effects like shadow. And you can change how see-through it is with the opacity. So that's the arrow tool. You can also remove the arrow tool simply by clicking on it and hitting delete. Next we have the stamp tool. Similar to the arrow tool, it basically puts an image on the screen. With the stamp tool, once you've clicked on it, again you can still resize by clicking on the corners, or you can choose to delete them by clicking on them and hitting delete. Again, there's a number of options of different tools that you can choose just by going through all the stock stamps. The next tool on the line is your pen tool. Now the pen tool differs from the others in that once you've used it, you cannot click on it again and edit it because it is a part of the image once you've drawn on it. You can undo it when you've first done it, but once you've gone and saved it, you can't just click on it to delete it. But again, with the pen tool, you've got a variety of colours that you can use. You can change the colours in the outline, and you can go down and you can select the width and you can make it different widths, so you can have a finer pen or you can have a nice thick pen. So that's the pen tool. Next you have your highlight tool. Now this will allow you to highlight an area, so if there's something you want people to see and really take notice of, you can click on this. This creates a box. Again, this one can be edited and moved or deleted, so quite a simple tool. Again, different colours, and to change the colour outside of the quick styles, you can click on the fill over here and choose a fill. The next tool is the blur tool. If there's an area that you don't want somebody to see, you can choose to make it blurred with this tool. You have a choice of smooth and different percentages of smooth, so 100% makes it extremely blurry, 10% makes it just about visible, or you can choose to pixelate it, which gives you the little boxes of pixels. Again, you can go from 10% up to 100%, depending on how much pixelation you want. You'll find on the next lot of tools, the first one is your call out. These are already made shapes that contain text. So if we click on this and drag it, you'll see a lovely little text box. It also allows you to type in it. You can change the text that you've typed inside it. Just highlight it and you can go up, you can make it bigger. You can change the box to suit the text. You can change the font. You can change, of course, the colour. You can make it bold and italics, centered, all the general tool options. And once you click out of it, you'll see. Again, it can be clicked on and edited at any time. You can resize. You can double click on the text to redo the text or to change the text. Next tool is a simple line tool. So to draw a line, just click and drag. Again, there's a variety of styles and they can all be edited as we did with the arrows, and it's one of the tools that can be clicked on later and removed. Again, you can change the colours, the width, play around and see what you can do with it. The next tool is the shape tool. This will allow you to draw any shape, so from a rectangle, circle or polygonal shape. As you can see, there are a number of different styles and colours again, and you can change the fill and the outline. The fill tool is like the pen tool in that when you do it to the image, it is doing it to the image permanently and cannot be clicked on and moved away or deleted. So make sure that you've got exactly what you want happening there. Again, you can choose different colours of fill just by going to the fill box. You can choose to select a colour from the image. Quite a handy tool to have if there's a block of colour that you don't want. The erase tool will erase elements of the image. Again, like the fill and pen tool, this is a permanent tool. It's not one that can be moved around once you've done. You can change the size of the erase from a tiny little pen to a large, thick in the styles. Last tool is simply a step tool. It adds a number of steps. So each time you click 1, 2, 3, 4 if you're wanting to number. Again, you can see that there's a variety of different options here. And you can do either numbering or lettering. Rightio. That's it for the SnagIt editor. Of course, at the end you will go back to the file and the save tool. I would recommend, if you have added extra elements that you might want to take off later, that you save it as a snag file first. That way any of these movable elements will still be there and can be moved later. Once you've saved the snag file, remember to pick where you're saving it so you know where it is. Once you've saved the snag file, I would then go back and save as in a JPEG to be able to use it in other programs such as Word or online. So simply choose JPEG, make sure you know you've saved it where you want it, and save. Thank you for watching part 2 in the SnagIt video snapshots. In part 3 we will look at how to do video screen captures and edit them in the SnagIt editor. Thank you. Bye.